Hello YouTubers, this is the Giant Awakens, and today I want to put out another video, and it's why all fiat currencies ultimately crash and burn. Some people out there think the dollar is going to be around forever, the euro is going to be around forever, the yen, and people just don't follow history. If you look throughout history, all fiat currencies, all paper currencies have ultimately crashed and burned at one time. You can go all the way back to the Romans, and even before that, where their currency crashed. They cannot keep up, the Romans cannot keep up with their debts and their expansion. And what happened was they started introducing other metals into their silver and gold coins, and ultimately their money became worthless. And that's what happens when a country or superpower cannot keep up with their debt. What do? They just print more money and continue to print more money until eventually their currency becomes worthless. You look at the Weimar Republic in Germany, they had to repay the debts from the World War I, and they did it by inflating their currency. They printed more money, and eventually the money became worthless. I mean, there was a time when, right after the war, the mark was about 4 marks to the dollar. 3.5 years later, it became, by 1923, it became 4 billion marks to the dollar. I mean, it became basically worthless. It became so worthless that people would burn it in their fireplace. I mean, that's how worthless it was. And why is the dollar any different? Why is the euro any different? The yen any different? Of course it's not any different. The only difference is that they have more ways to manipulate it. They can manipulate it longer, but eventually it's going to crash. I mean, with the computers today, they can manipulate it for a while, but eventually it's going to crash. Who knows? It could be a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Eventually it's going to crash. And unless you have sound money, all fiat currencies are ultimately going to crash and burn. And by what I mean by sound money is it has to be backed by a physical asset. It has to be backed by gold, silver, oil, a physical commodity that people use and peg toward that. And unless you deviate away from that, you're going to have the same problems. You're going to have ultimately the printing presses are going to go crazy, and your currency is going to become worthless. So that is my opinion on the subject. If you have yours, please post it at the end of this video. And if you have not signed up for my YouTube channel, please do. And everyone have a great day. Thank you.